Hello and welcome. Today we're starting the second part of our Embroidery 101 for Beginners course. And today we're going to be talking about supplies. I'm just going to give you a quick breakdown or a simple breakdown of some of the supplies that you're going to need. There's not very many, but they are essential. And this is what I recommend for beginners. So don't get too overwhelmed when you go to the craft store and you see the wide range of supplies for embroidery. Hello and welcome. I am Jackie with Jackie Russell Creates, where we talk about everything quilting and embroidery. I give tips, tricks, and techniques so you can conquer that next quilting and embroidery project. So let's get started on these supplies. The first item you're going to need is a hoop, which holds your fabric nice and taut while you make your stitches. You can use wood ones or plastic ones. I prefer the plastic. My husband prefers the wood ones. They come in all sorts of price ranges and sizes with different quality grades. I like to use a 6 to an 8 that are these sizes here, which is also 15 to 20 centimeters. That's where I find the easiest to be able to handle. You don't want to go much bigger than that. This is a size 10, and it makes it kind of harder to hold and control, but I do use this for some of my bigger projects. So as long as you can screw the loop really nice and tight around your fabric, it should work very well. The main difference between the wood and the plastic is the plastic has little grooves and a lip, and it actually holds your fabric just a little tighter. But like I said, my husband has an issue with the plastic. He says it don't hold his fabric as tight as the wood. So find the ones that will work for you. The next are needles. You need embroidery needles. They'll have a nice long eye to make it easier to thread your floss through, especially when we're using multiple strands. I suggest using a starter pack of embroidery needles and practice with the different sizes. That way you will get a feel for which one works best for you. Sizes from 5 to 9, that's kind of what I have in this pack here, are my preference. Then you're also going to need thread. Your thread comes in skeins like this. I like to use DMC because it has over 500 different colors, so you can have a wide range of colors. The DMC or the embroidery thread is called floss, and it is great to use. It will come in every color that your heart desires. And like I said, I think the DMC has the best range, but there are plenty of other options out there. Then you're going to need some fabric. Fabric as a beginner, I suggest keeping it simple and just use a non-stretch 100% cotton. You can use calico or quilter's cotton. Both are cost effective and work just fine. Since mine are added into my quilts, I use my quilter's cotton. Then you're going to need some scissors. It is very helpful if you have a pair of little sharp embroidery scissors.
Mine are a little big, but they work for me. You need these small blades to snip into the detail bits of thread. It won't really work with a usual pair of scissors. So you don't want your bigger scissors. You want to make sure you have some smaller scissors. Then you're going to need either a tracing pin or pencil. I prefer the friction pins. I use them in my quilting for doing applique, and they're perfect for embroidery because they will heat and erase. The other one that I would recommend is a water soluble ink pen. That way you can just use a little bit of water and the line will disappear. You want to use faint lines if you don't have these and you're using, say, the micro pen, which is also perfect for tracing your patterns, but it is a permanent line, so you'll just go real faint and narrow to use one of them. So those are some options. I also recommend a needle threader. We'll get into this a little later when we start talking about threading our needles and how many strands we're using. And then, of course, you're going to need your pattern. And with this course, there's going to be a package that has these 3 patterns that I drew up just for this course. That is a quick overview of what you need to get started for your embroidery adventures.
So you need hoops, you need needles, wherever I put them, fabric, some floss, and some marking utensils, and some scissors. Very simple. And of course, a pattern or a design that you have drawn yourself. So I hope you got something out of that video and learned how easy and simple that embroidery can be with just a few supplies. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and maybe share it with some of your friends. If you want to learn more about this course, be sure to hit the subscribe button and that notification bell. If you want to support the channel, maybe think about joining the membership, which is in the pinned comment, or maybe buy a coffee, which is linked in the description. Coming on screen now is a video that YouTube feels that you may be interested in. And there's also a playlist that has more embroidery techniques and stitches in it. So until then, happy quilting, my friends.